Whitney Houston, found face down in her hotel bathtub when she was found dead. But she may have been there, we're finding out, for more than half an hour. This is according to the full autopsy report, which was just released late this afternoon from the LA County Coroner's Office. Sanjay Gupta joins me on the line. He's had a chance to go through it. And Sanjay, what do you see in there?
Well, it's a pretty extensive autopsy report, as you might imagine, Aaron. A lot of anticipation, 42 pages. And, you know, there's a lot of detail in here, but it pretty much confirms what the initial findings were. You know, you had the initial findings a couple of weeks ago, as you'll remember. What they said was that, you know, a combination of cocaine use in a woman who had a history of atherosclerotic disease. That means hardening of the arteries in her heart.
Okay, y'all, buckle up because what I'm about to spill is going to leave you shook. Imagine uncovering the shocking truth about a beloved icon's tragic death, lies, cover-ups, and maybe even murder? Yep, the tea is piping hot, and Ray J is in the middle of it all. From secret industry deals to dangerous threats, it seems like the man can't escape his haunting past. So, what really happened to Whitney Houston? And why is Ray J's life now in danger? Let's dive in because this rabbit hole gets wild. Now let me set the scene for you. It's February 2012, the night before the Grammys. Whitney Houston, our vocal queen, the legend herself, is found lifeless in her hotel bathtub. At first, it's called an accidental drowning caused by substance abuse. But over the years, the whispers have turned into screams. Something about that night just doesn't add up, and now, more than a decade later, Ray J's own confessions are reigniting the controversy. And y'all, the details are chilling. Did Ray J really play a part in Whitney's death, or is he just a pawn in a much darker game? Okay, here's what we know. Whitney Houston and Ray J were rumored to be romantically involved in her final days, but their relationship? Messy, at best. There were claims that Ray J was enabling her struggles with substance abuse, allegedly supplying her with the very things that would later be found in her system. Suspicious? Oh, absolutely. But what's even more shocking is what came out in the autopsy report. Whitney didn't just drown, y'all. She had defense wounds, cuts, bruises, and abrasions that raised questions about whether she fought for her life in those final moments. And the plot thickens. Witnesses claimed they saw Ray J sneaking out of Whitney's hotel, hiding his face from cameras. Her ex-sister-in-law straight up accused him of being involved in her death.
And you were also Whitney's assistant for some years, right?
Yes, I was.
Okay, I just want to get your take on this. What do you think?
I saw Ray J coming out of the hotel, hiding his head, being pushed into the car. Why? I looked and I said, why is he hiding? Why is he hiding his face? He's always trying to show his face when he's around Whitney. Why now? Why are you trying to hide now, Ray J? And I put it all together. When I first heard she passed away, I said, my God, somebody gave her a bad bag.
Cocaine.
Yes, I promise you, that was the first thing that came out of my mouth. And then I saw Ray J. So I am going to believe that Ray J, who Whitney told me she had no relationship with.
And let's not forget Jaguar Wright, who's been spilling industry tea for years.
Her lungs were so damaged that she couldn't fuel the note. Ray J. And then it's Grammy time, and her and Clive had a fight 2 days before. And from what I was told, Bobby Christina was present for some of that fight. And then the next thing you know, she's dead. Ray J was the last person to see her alive. He let the dealer in, but she was sober, right? But he let the dealer in that gave her the shot. Leola Brown, Bobby Brown's sister, has said on several occasions that they saw her body. She didn't just die in a tub. Like, Brandy was the one that found her. Well, you know, Ray J was kind of down on his luck because the whole bullshit had happened, and then Whitney was dead, and he was using her, as he's said himself, for clout, and then all of a sudden he got Love and Hip Hop LA after Whitney died. And then they inappropriately put her stupid goddaughter on there. I just thought it was all kind of cheesy.
Alleging that Whitney's death wasn't an accident, but a deliberate act orchestrated by some powerful players in the entertainment world, with Ray J caught right in the middle. Fast forward to now, and Ray J is practically screaming for help. Just days ago, he went on Instagram claiming people in the industry are out to get him.
It's just tried to shoot me and tried to me, and you want me to apologize? You.
He even admitted to considering ending his own life because the pressure was too much. And get this, he's hinted that the same people who silenced Whitney are now trying to silence him. Talk about karma. In one emotional interview, Ray J confessed that he's been controlled by powerful people in the entertainment industry for years.
Tell me what was going on. Is that when you were on the roof in Mexico?
That was when I was on the roof. And that was when I attempted it. And I really didn't want to do it, but I really did want to do it. Because it's like when you have a bad dream and then you think it's real, it feels real.
Yeah.
And then you wake up, I be feeling like that life really happened. And so whatever dimension I popped into is where I'm at now.
Yeah.
So I had a bad dream last night. So I'm here now with you. I think what happened last night in my mind happened. So if they having a funeral for me in the other dimension, they probably are. No, because I might not be able to put this up. I'm still a liar.
Yeah.
I've lied about my whole life. Unless I say, these people did this to me. They're very bad people, and they've been controlling me this whole time. Just like the National Syndicate and all this. They'll come kill me, bro. They'll kill me for this.
He said, and I quote, "If I speak my truth, they'll kill me." Phew, y'all, this is straight out of a movie. He even posted on Twitter about having a meltdown, saying he wanted to air out all his secrets and take extreme accountability. But here's the kicker. Every time he gets close to spilling the beans, something or someone stops him. Now, if you thought that was wild, let me tell you about Ray J's recent run-in with Diddy's sons at a Halloween party. Witnesses said tensions were high and things got physical. Some believe this wasn't just a random altercation, but a calculated attempt to intimidate him. And if that's not enough, there are rumors swirling that he's been using substances to cope with the stress of keeping these secrets. Like, y'all, the man is clearly unraveling, and it's hard not to wonder if it all ties back to Whitney. Oh, and let's not forget the cryptic messages from blind items that suggest Ray J is being handled by the very people he's trying to expose. It's giving major conspiracy vibes, and honestly, it's terrifying. Here's where it gets even messier. The autopsy on Whitney revealed some truly disturbing details. She had water in her lungs, meaning she was alive when she went under. But the defense wounds? They suggest she was struggling. Bruises, cuts, and even a bloody nose? That's not what you'd expect from an accidental drowning. And the timeline of events? It's sketchy at best. Why was Ray J, of all people, the last person to see Whitney alive? And why did he let a known drug dealer into her room that night, as some reports allege? People close to the case, including Whitney's own family, have pointed fingers at Ray J, saying he was complicit. Whether he was an enabler, a pawn, or something much worse, well, that's the million-dollar question. Now let's talk about why Ray J's life is supposedly at risk. He's made it clear that he knows too much about Whitney's death and about the dark underbelly of the entertainment industry. And according to him, the same people who orchestrated Whitney's downfall are now trying to tie up loose ends. He said it himself. They don't want him talking. And honestly, it makes you wonder if all these recent incidents, his public breakdowns, the fights, the threats, are part of a bigger plan to silence him for good. Of course, the internet is going crazy over this. Fans are dissecting every word Ray J says, every post he makes, trying to piece together the puzzle. Some are convinced he's guilty, saying he knows what happened to Whitney and it's eating him alive. Others think he's just another victim of the industry's dark side. One person tweeted, "The ghost of Whitney is haunting Ray J. The guilt is written all over him." And honestly, I don't know about y'all, but I've got chills. So what's the truth? Did Ray J really play a role in Whitney's tragic death? Or is he just a scapegoat in a much bigger conspiracy? One thing's for sure, this story is far from over. And until Ray J decides to spill the tea, or until the truth comes out, we're left with more questions than answers. But what do y'all think? Is Ray J guilty? Or is he just another victim of the industry's ruthless machine? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more messy deep dives like this one. And honey, trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.